Welcome back to Dinosaur Island. We're right off the bat. We have a new dinosaur. A very, very big one. A Brachiosaurus. He's going over to one of those potted trees that we have around the island. Likely to feast on it. He's been here for a few days, and so is the next creature. To see this new little critter, we have to look at some death. The Triceratops that sacrificed itself. All that is left of it is some meat and its tail and a bit of its spine. Some of the carnivores thought that its bones would make good nesting, so that's why some of the bones are missing. But they haven't finished yet, and little creatures like this baby Tyrannosaurus Rex, the first on the island, who likely came out of cryogenic storage, is now here, feasting on these little meat samples. He's likely only a few days old. However, when grown up, this guy could best even the Spinosaurus. Let's hope he survives the Spinosaurus, as he is dead in Spino territory. Here we have a baby Brachiosaurus. He doesn't realize that he's being hunted. Mary the Baryonyx. Barry might be staying back to guard the eggs, as Mary is the stronger individual and is better for hunting. The poor baby Brachiosaurus has been killed by Mary. You can see Barry waiting for Mary to return, and the eggs hidden under some plastic from the old park. However, Barry also doesn't realize that he's also being stalked. Barry, making sure that the eggs are okay, doesn't realize the thing right behind him. Mary, who just saw the Spinosaurus kill her lifelong mate, is grief-ridden but doesn't want to make too much of a fuss, as the Spino is just feasting on Barry at the moment, and she doesn't want to catch its attention. Though she knows that the eggs will be safe because they're in a deeper hole. Though she's still grief-ridden. We have a new creature, a Styracosaurus. Who also likely came out of cryogenic storage. He is quite small for his size. However, might not be all too important, as this little critter might not survive too long out here in the rocky desert, as there's something who's also stalking him. And then the Styracosaurus is likely internally bleeding, and is bleeding from all angles. This poor little critter has just become the feast of an Indoraptor. And I think this episode will have lots of death, as this little critter actually does see the two predators stalking him. Two velociraptors, or Utah raptors. I assume they were velociraptors because of some movies and stuff, but they might also be Utah raptors. So I'm just going to call them that because there's no reason that these velociraptors should be like twice the size of their prehistoric relatives. So they might be Utah raptors, but I'm just going to call them velociraptors because they are movies and stuff. But sadly, it seems that this Euphocephalus is going to get attacked and likely killed, judging from what we've seen this episode. Oh. The velociraptors have both been hit by armored dinosaurs with club tails. However, when Leaftail hit the other velociraptor, it was not as hard as what this one just did. This one went full force and broke one of his ribs. They're going over to scavenge instead, as they don't want to pick on this little Euphocephalus. However, something right behind it does want to. That Velociraptor hybrid that rarely comes out is right behind the Euphocephalus. It flips him over and cuts his throat. He has cut his throat out, rendering him the inability to breathe, and he suffocates. Letting this creature have an easy meal. However, it seems we missed out on this kill. A Utah raptor we never got to see, or a velociraptor. Has been killed by the mother Carnotaurus. Both of them are feasting on the remains. Mother and son bonding. Both of them seem happy, and no predators seem to be nearby, actually. Although its leg is brutally ripped off. Surprising the Carnotaurus did this. So don't underestimate these little critters. The Brachiosaurus we found earlier doesn't actually seem to be a male, but a female. As it used to have 3 children, but we know what happened to the third one. But there's 2 little baby brachiosaurs who are being hunted by an yellow tooth. The mother is defending her babies at every chance she can get, as she doesn't want one of her babies to end up like the one that Mary hunted. And that will conclude this episode, as it seems to be getting quite dark out. We'll go check back up on our little Tyrannosaurus friend, and also the little baby Carnotaurus that the Carnotaurus mother has. So for now, goodbye.